Mike Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. Tonight we're going to do update 42, I believe, and show you what I've been up to the last week or so. Last couple of days I've made some good progress because it's been raining outside, which is crazy for New Mexico, but we do have rain once in a while. So anyway, let's take a look at what I got done. Okay, everybody. Of course, the glue is all wet here, but this is the cattle pens for the outgoing cattle that are auctioned off at the auction house, or they can load directly from the auction house. But there's a holding pen here which allows them to take cattle in and take cattle out of the auction house. This is the manure pile over here on the left. There'll be gravel back behind here and down that way. Got to paint the track back there and ballast that. This is exactly where the building is going to sit. And as you can see, I have marked out in pencil a parking lot. I thought it was too big with that piece on it, so I cut it down a little bit. Now, let me show you how I go about cutting this parking lot out, and we'll see if this is all going to work. Okay, what I did is get a piece of my... Robin gave me a bunch of kind of pretty thick, like cardstock. It's somewhere between cardstock and paper. But anyway, I laid that out there, and I rubbed along the track to get this angle at the bottom here along the track. Rounded the edges with the scissors, made the line over on the right-hand side and the line up against the building sort of match each other. The building's a little canted, so is the line. But anyway, the cutout in the upper left is for the bumper. And then that, of course, that little jut out there is to attach to the highway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on a piece of the asphalt and cut it out. Then I'm going to put it in place. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, gang, what I did here is I turned my pattern upside down and put it on this backside of this parking lot material. And I'm going to cut it out and lay it down over there where it goes and see how that works out. I'm hoping I can get all the creases in it. This piece was folded in a drawer. I've had it for a little while. I have a new roll right here, but I just chose not to use that one yet. So I'm going to cut this out and I'll be back. Okay, gang, here's the parking lot laid down. I think it looks pretty darn good. It went down pretty easy. You have to be careful when you take the backing off not to stretch it too much. I pulled the backing off and started at the edge of the road there and came back this way. Worked out well. And the cattle pen is drying. The glue is drying. So it's almost ready to put cows in. I don't know if I'll be able to start that tonight. But here is our cattle auction house facility. And I like it. You know, it just, I don't know, it screams interest when you walk in and you see it, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I just like the way it looks. So that's all that counts. Talk to you guys later. Okay, I used one of the not Woodland Scenics, the Micro Trains cattle guards. I put it in here going into the ranch. I've got to blend the dirt into it, the front and back of it, but it's pretty much where it goes. And then behind, let me see if I can get my fingers to work. Behind, back here, I'm going to carry that fence over here to here, somewhere. And then all this barbed wire fencing I have will take off from that point and go up this way, around the back side of this hill. It'll stop back over there. Then it'll come back out over here, just above the tunnel portal over there, come along the top edge of this ridge, come back over here, and come back over and tie into the fence behind the grocery store. So that's kind of where it goes. Not done yet. I had somebody that wanted to see the cowboys and stuff close up. So here is a shot of the cowboys. They're chasing them out of this little water hole because it's muddy. So they're trying to chase these cows back up this way to this water hole that's still good. But there's a view of the cowboys. And then let me swing this around a little bit. And you can see that I now have the pipe from the well to the water tank. Now I haven't painted it yet, so it's just looking kind of naked there, brass tubing. But that's all in place. I did put I don't know, you guys may have spotted the dog out there. And then here's kind of a close-up of the hay barn, the ranch. This is kind of what it looks like if you're coming up the road. So somebody wanted to see a close-up of some of this stuff, and this is about as close-up as I can get with this camera phone. But there you have that. Okay, I got some dirt put around this side. There'll be grass down in this little section right here. And there will be grass out there in front of the building. So that's all been wetted and glued. We'll let all that glue dry till tomorrow. And you guys probably noticed already, I got some of the cows in there. I saved some for the smelly meat plant corral. But anyway, there's the cows and there's the auction house. And let me take you down here. I already showed you the pipe going into the tank at the windmill, but I did bring the gravel up to the height of the cattle guard, so the cows won't be escaping. Well, they'll be escaping right now, but not later. Anyways, that's probably it for tonight. I think I'll put that little piece of fence in over to the road here behind the general store, get that out of the way, and I may paint that pipe. But if I do, I'll come back. Oh, okay, gang. I did not paint the pipe over there, and I'm running out of time. But I did put in that the fence behind the general store, and I did start the barbed wire all the way down to here. It's going to turn right here and go up that little draw over to the edge. But I had to get that glued up first along the bottom. Then I'll go ahead and bend that and go where I want to go. Also, I started the barbed wire over here, went up the hill, went along the front of the ranch, and I ended right there. So I got to go on around the hill that way. But I'm thinking that looks pretty cool. So that's where we're at. Okay, everybody. This is Saturday. And all of the gravel that was put around the building is now dry. The parking lot seems to be staying down. I haven't really done much out here, if anything, today. One thing I will show you real quick. This is by no means done, but I did trim the base of the little bar down, and I can actually move it back and forth here wherever I want it to be. But being as it's a triangular building on a triangular pad, it fits that little area pretty cool. And we'll build the junkyard all around it, well, behind it. But anyway, that's that. I know, I still don't have the pipe painted over there. I intend on doing that in a few minutes. But let me drag you back over here. I want to show you something. Okay, this is a new building from Microtrains. It is a small grain house. First of all, there is a boxcar that actually goes in there. It's a 50-foot boxcar, actually slides in there and glues in place once you get the building done. Now, you can obviously see that this is primed, but it's not painted yet. But why I wanted to tell you this, and you can look at both sides of it here. Back is not much to look at, but the front is pretty cool. There is a piece of styrene that you glue into that hangs down here. And even though it's styrene, you would paint it black. It would be a piece of flexible hose, or red maybe for a rubber hose. And the inside of the building is pretty plain, but I'll tell you what, when you get this thing together, it's hell for stout, man. It's made out of real thick, some kind of, well, it's made out of this stuff. This is the cattle guard kit, and it's made out of that stuff. But anyway, what I want to tell you about it, and you can get an idea of how big it is here by my hand. You know, it's not awfully big. But it's going to be beautiful when it's painted up. But what I want to tell you about it is that the pieces go together extremely well. The laser cutting on this is extremely well done. This top piece is 3D printed, and these pipes are 3D printed. But everything else is made out of that fiberboard, whatever that stuff is. It looks like it's almost like a real thin masonite. But anyways, to get back to the building, like I say, it goes together real well. All the pieces fit good. They're a little tough to cut off of the motherboard, but when they do come off, they fit extremely well. What I will tell you, though, is it's got instructions that you absolutely have to read. There's no exploded view, doesn't show it, you know, how the pieces interconnect and all that stuff. So there's a few pieces on here that you kind of got to guess at. And two of them are basically these flat end pieces right here. There's one there, and there's one down on this end. I had no idea where they went, and that's where they go. But if you look at the picture, the instructions are on one side of the piece of cardboard or paper that's inside of the kit, and then there's color pictures of the front and the back. So once you kind of look at the pieces and you figure it out where everything goes, it's not too bad to put it together. And once you put the boxcar in there, the boxcar fits pretty tight up against everything, so you don't really need a wall here. The boxcar would be the wall. But I didn't, of course, I just got done a couple hours ago priming it, so I don't have the boxcar out here. And it's raining outside, so I'm not going in to get it to show you. You'll see it after it gets done. I just wanted to compliment Microtrains for a really cool little kit. It's really neat, really small, can go almost on any track you got. And it's just a grain loading and emptying facility. But it's pretty cool. I like it. Okay, gang. I'm back to show you that I painted the pipe going down into the water tank. And there's still some glue hanging around, but I got the rest of the fence put up and over the hill over there. And there's a bush disguising the fact that it goes around the back of the hill. Same thing over here. You saw this fence yesterday. I bent it, turned it up over the hill, goes up around the back of the hill there, comes over by the tree, and disappears into a bush, reappears over here, goes up the hill, and disappears behind a bush. So all the barbed wire fencing is in. All the fencing period, I believe, is in. So the ranch scene it's getting finished. We need to figure out some other types of bushes and things to put in there, because I kind of want it to be bushy and green. It means green, but a little more variation in ground cover. But we'll work on that somewhere down the road. That's something that doesn't need to be done right away and can be done anytime. But that whole scene right there is partially done. I mean, it's done for the time being until I decide how to detail it up a little more. But there you go. Okay, everybody. This is just a quick one to show you that I put some vehicles out at the general store. I put a water tank made out of a tank car back on the ranch. It kind of hides one of the cowboys and a couple of cows. I may move them, but for now it works. And then I did put some grass along the bottom of the fence all the way around just to hide the glue marks and stuff. So that's what it looks like. And I just got done painting all of the other track, all the rest of the track, I believe, that I needed to paint, including back here behind the auction house, simply because that needed to be done before I could do the scenery up there. Okay, had to pull out a bunch of thumbtacks. I missed a couple down here at the other end, but that's okay. I still have some paint mixed up in a bottle. I still have some sleeper ties to put in and so forth. But everything is painted all the way down here. So everything on the railroad is painted right now. But when I start doing the town area, figure out what kind of rails are going to go through there, that will be another painting job. But that's what we have so far, and I'm going to get out of here and let this stuff dry. Even though it's acrylic, it's kind of potent smelling. And I think I told you guys I use the Vallejo. I'm using the Vallejo chocolate. I bought some airbrush cleaner. I don't like it. I'm going to throw it out. I think I told you guys that before. I've got a couple other colors of Vallejo that I just haven't used yet. But that's neither here nor there. I did find some road signs here that need to go on the wiggly part of the road over there. But I just threw them out because, well, threw them out meaning put them on the layout because I happened to find them when I was looking for other stuff. What else can I tell you here? Not much, really. I think I told you I'm cutting down the ash pit. I'm going to cut it way down in size. I gotta go in and work on that this afternoon. It's rainy here again. Feel like I live in Seattle, New Mexico. Well, not really. We don't have those kind of problems. But anyways, track painted. Thank you, guys. Okay, gang. Today I had some time to finish up the painting on the microtrains structure. While it is painted, I have not weathered it. But now you can kind of see how the whole thing looks. And I like it. It's just a crazy structure. I mean, it's something you don't see every day. I had to have it. So I'll do a wash, a little bit of a black wash on it. Eventually, after everything dries, everything is not dry, but and then put a name on it or something, or a sign out by it or something. But there she is, and I got to put the windows in once I weather it also. Okay, everybody, that's it for 42. I hope you enjoyed what I got done. I enjoy what I got done, and I really like the look of the auction house. It's, to me, like I said in the video, it stands out to me when you walk in the door. You know, it's something that draws your eye right there. I hope to do a little bit more work, putting trees in, put a little bit of vegetation around, especially over there where the ranch is. I'm going to come around the corner there. But anyway, we'll see that on another video. But I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. And as usual, check the vintage page, and thanks for watching.